All right, everybody, how you doing? People are excited. All right, that's great. I'm excited. Got a lot of stuff to do, and I feel like we can finally start doing them. All right, where did we leave things? We were working on 385 and DX12 and Vulkan and all that stuff last time. Today we're going to work on the 3D platformer sample a bit, because we need to finish that thing up, and it isn't finished up, at least not to my liking. So let's get started here. Let me know how audio is. Music's a little loud. Bring it back down. All right. Let me know if that's too much. All right. Let's get desktop shared. Cool. Thank you. All right. I have the best shirts. I have shirts. I don't know if they're the best, but they're okay. Today it's Time Pilot. We're all Time Pilots. I need to get some more. I need to refresh them. They're all kind of getting a little crunchy. All right, so I want to, oh, you can. That's pretty cool. I wasn't sure that you could do that. You can zoom in on the command prompts now. Didn't realize you could. That's awesome. That makes it a little nicer for showing it off on screen, huh? All right, so one thing I want to do, music still feels like it's a little loud. So hard to put it where I want it. They make it like a little tiny slider. Anyways, so let's get to the platformer. I'm going to start by kind of cleaning up our platformer stuff. We have kind of several branches, so I kind of want to get everything merged in. So I'm going to give everything back to main. What do I have in here? I have some local stuff that I did. I don't think that that's super important. I mean, some of it might be. We'll check it out here in a minute. Some of this is very local to me. Not sure what that was about. This is some hacking. Okay, let's stash this. One latest. Now, what was that branch called? Feature template. Gonna push that up. All right, and then this should be up to date now. Yay. Okay, that's up to date. I'm gonna kill this other branch because we don't need it anymore. I hate old dead branches. Deleted now. All right, we're back to a unified branch. All right, now we can get back to what we wanted to do, which actually next thing I need to do is I need to make sure I have the latest MonoGame stuff because it's been going through a lot of changes. It's been going through changes. Still in my first, let's clean up. If there's anything in here I don't need, I should drop it. I had this in here for a very particular reason. I don't remember why now. That's just hackery. This was for Ascent. That's something that I eventually have to deal with in some way or improve. Like, it takes building, shipping quality content can be pretty slow versus just, hey, I'm just doing development and testing and stuff like that. And I found that the best quality in this compressor, this BC compressor, it's extremely slow. So just doing quality fast is extremely fast in comparison. We probably need to add kind of like a high level, option to say like, hey, we're building for, we're not building a final build, so it's okay to not do full compression and take forever. But this is my local hack. That's a little hack I want to keep. Oh shit, this should have probably been committed. That's not good. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it was something I found that probably should be fixed. It wasn't cleaning up these resources on shutdown, which is just some leaks. I mean, not real leaks, they'll eventually get disposed, but it means it wasn't destroyed at the right time. Because when it goes graphics device destroy, it assumes that the entire graphics device is gone. At this point, this was still around. It's kind of bad. We'll go PR for that up here in a second. Local junk. I was doing some alternate testing here. I tend to want to I hate removing stuff from my local copy, and I also get very finicky about committing things that are kind of trivial. Like this is some trivial stuff. Just some reworking of this. I was trying to understand this test and had to rewrite it a little bit so I could fully understand what it was doing. Those I want to keep. That's nothing. This is the storage stuff that I was working progress about 3 months ago before I jumped into I have to get 385 out the door. We'll get back to that at some point. This is some common logging I was trying to set up but didn't finish. Some test stuff. That may or may not be needed. Okay, so I want to keep these things. So I'm going to stash this. Check out develop again. Let's pull our latest. Upstream. Okay, it's back in my branch. All right. I just want to commit this one thing. I'll push up a PR, but it's not critical. It can go into the final build. It's not going to affect the preview, really. I pushed out a new preview the other day to kind of test things. So I hate that I've missed that, but that's what happens when things get messy. Let's get that up in there. And not, oh, damn it. It always does this. It's always what I want to do. All right. I guess that's the way to do that. still recommending certain people. I need to look into that since Harry's not going to be able to be looking into those things anymore. He's kind of busy. Anyways, not a critical PR, but because it works without it, but it'd be better with it. So, oh no, how did I do that? I missed. All right, so we'll stay in this branch for now, but we have the latest everything, so that's good. Let's get that project open. See what I normally work with that. Then let's go over to our platform project now that's unified. All right. Let's open that guy too. All right. Did all the basic maintenance. Lost you guys. Let's make sure, just for shits and giggles, let's make sure this is all good. Should be. Since it's all the latest code now, be good to get that all in place to test. All right, well, just that, we're going to test over here. How did I leave this? Wait, did I not undo my stash? I think I didn't. Yeah. Stash has a bunch of like hacks that, you know, fix the project so I can work on it locally and use the local source code copy. That's something that I still want to try to figure out how to do, is set up the repo, you know, so that, and projects in general, so that it's very easy to work either from source code directly or work from NuGets. Sometimes you want to work from source code. Sometimes you want to work from the NuGet. Like in my case, I want to work from the NuGet or the source code. So I've kind of added these projects in and things like that, but that doesn't work for standalone projects like that. So I don't know. I need to figure out a better way to handle this. There's probably some magic I can probably do, like maybe there's a target file or something I can add that automatically pulls some stuff in. Who knows? Eventually I'll get to that. Anyways, let's just run both of these and see where we're at here. Let rebuild that. I assume all my unit tests here passed. Yes, they did. Awesome. Let's test this one out too. I'm not going to run all of them. I'm just going to run the graphics ones, since that's most likely what broke, if I broke something. Oof. That's interesting. What's going on there? Oh, I know why. I have the I have some of the console stuff in here as well, and that's why it's doing that. I can, which needs to be fixed, but I guess I can fix it. I think it's just that now. That's another thing that I'll start doing here soon, is I have to do a pass through all the console platforms and get this working. Okay, God damn it.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Is there anything special? I guess this does have some special stuff in here. never really set up anything for this. You know, working on some GDK projects now, you know, on the Windows side, I kind of have a better understanding of what a Windows GDK project is. And really, it's nothing. It's just basically a Windows app that happens to call some, you know, Xbox APIs if you want to use Xbox Live features. It's really nothing more than that. You don't really have to have a dedicated Windows GDK target platform or anything. It's just a platform. You can have a game on the Windows Store that uses Vulkan and uses SDL. It doesn't have to use Windows specific APIs or anything like that. So that's totally valid. So us having a Windows GDK like it's something extra special, it's really not. You can just build a Windows, you know, a Windows build or any of the Windows builds will work as a GDK project. You know, it's just when you get down to calling APIs that we currently don't implement, things like save data or things like that, that's when it becomes very GDK centric, or can become. Depends on what you want to do. We'll have to work that out soon. All right, so back to this. Oh, more problems. Oh, crap, where did my window go? It's still running, just taking its time. Yeah, I don't need that. Oh. All right. Back to working. All right. So one of the things I wanted to do in here is, and I don't know, this is maybe Dean and I are at opposing viewpoints here. Maybe it's the U.S. and me versus the England and him. For some reason, the starter kit ended up getting these gray skies, which to me look horrible. And I'm going to switch them all over to sky blue skies, or at least a color of blue, because it just seems less fun for the sample to be that way. Let me turn down this audio, it's too loud. Oh, boy. Much better. That's better. Super loud in my ears. All right, so I was going to fix that. I was also going to fix this other bit here. It's really annoying. That I'm moving forward at full speed, but it depends on my camera angle, like how fast it actually works, because it's the forward vector is based on the camera, and when it's straight down or very close to down, it's not accounting for it. It also means that you're technically moving slower based on the camera angle. Like, I think that's running slower than for sure there. It's hard to say whether this is running slower. You can probably get a velocity or something to figure that out. Also, we lost our, like, the idea of this was for it to bounce infinitely. I don't know why we lost that. So yeah, I just want to do a couple fixes here to get this in better shape. I also don't like, no, I'm not going to use planes. Most likely I'm just going to look at the math and account for things like this, knowing that the camera can be perpendicular to, or the camera can be straight down. I can account for that and say, well, when that happens, then we use alternate math to decide what the vector is to clean that up. I could also do little tricks, but we'll come up with something. Then I need to fix this bounce. At one point it was bouncing every time you touched it, then it stopped, and I don't know what happened. It should be bouncing right there, and it's not. That was always the intent. Then And we could change that behavior potentially, but I kind of like the idea of it constantly bouncing. It's more fun. Jake Legend, hello. The other thing is I'm going to look at this this bloom effect, because I think that's what's causing this weird kind of palette for everything. Like it gives us this weird color that I think is, I don't know, it's okay, but it seems like it could be nicer, or at least it should be intentional. Combine that with the vignette that's on here, and it just makes it look kind of crappy, in my opinion. So yeah, just gonna do some cleanup here. Oh, missed. So yeah, so we're gonna do a couple things like that. First, I want to double check. That's our clean. Maybe I'll look a little bit into that, why we're still having a cleanup problem there. Let's go back to desktop VK. Rebuild that. Yeah. Fun in VR, yeah, maybe. You always have the option to do it. People have done it. I could, I have 2 or 3 different VR helmets back there that could be dusted off. I think the whole VR thing kind of got overblown and failed yet again. I think that it's, VR is a neat idea, but it's just not happening. Not until you can have a VR glasses that are basically like contact lenses, or just, you can't even tell that you have them on. Until you get to that point, it's probably just not going to work. Now I have to set a different audio level on this. It sees it as a different application. All right, better. So same equivalent here. Don't have any metrics or anything in this game. It's kind of annoying. Okay, same behavior, different renderer. This is Vulkan. The other one is DX12. So hey, both of those are working. That's good. Let's see what else. I'm not going to bother testing Windows or iOS or Android. I'll leave that to somebody else. I don't mess with that stuff if I don't have to. Tibio Gutierrez has a question. Tibio says, I have a silly question. It's not silly, I'm sure. It's a good idea to consider Vulkan at the beginning of a project. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do. I don't think it's silly. It's perfectly fine. If you design with Vulkan in mind from the beginning, and you plan to ship on like Mac, Windows, Linux, then that's perfect. You could build one build. It'll support those 3 platforms, and you won't have to worry about any other platforms. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Our Vulkan implementation is pretty damn good at this point. There's still definitely things that we want to address. I know there's a little bit of a load time issue that I'd like to take a look at, as performance improvement. But in general, it's working really well. The performance at runtime is really good. I'm pretty happy with our results at this point. So it's totally viable to start with a Vulkan project to begin with. That said, our desktop GL implementation is the most popular implementation that we have. I was just looking at this yesterday. You jump on NuGet, like that's our download. The one with the biggest downloads is that. The next one up is the Windows DX, but it's like 1/3 of the downloads. And it's only because this version supports Mac, Windows, and Linux, so it's the default. It's the easiest thing. It kind of shows you that people are lazy, I guess. But like, I just want to make one build that works everywhere, not have to mess with anything, and that's what this does. I'm hoping that at some point that'll be taken over by the new Vulkan. The new Vulkan desktop VK will end up replacing this at some point. It'll take a while to get this number of downloads, but it'll get there eventually. But yeah, that's the plan, at least. Let's see, close this. All right. So with those two working, let's just pick on one. Doesn't really matter which one. Let's start messing with this thing. So one thing I was going to look at is the bloom. I'm going to first disable the bloom because it just feels really weird to me. I just want to see what it's actually doing. Is it not in here? Where is it? It's probably called something wacky. Transition process. No, that's the transition process is in the middle of the thing. Let's see what this one is. Yo, bro, I made a 3D horror game on my own. I'm just 18 years old. Do you want to play and check it out? I can send you the link. No, I don't do those things. That's the way that you get your Discord hacked. It's happened to a business partner of mine, twice, where someone's like, someone he hasn't talked to in a long time that he knew well, sent him a link like, hey, here's my demo. Go check it out and play it and give me some feedback. And they, installed it and it proceeded to hack your Discord. And that's happened to others. It's like, I just don't play other people's games like that. It's a bad idea to do so. Let's see. Where are you? Post processor, that's where you are. Okay, where's our bloom here? So it's going to set bloom, draw to main render target, draw main render target to bloom target. When it gets to the end, it re-renders the back to that. Okay. So this turns off the bloom. Let's just do that. That makes it a useful feature, huh? Nah, I have it hosted in Vercel. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'd have to investigate and see. So you see how everything's much brighter with this? It just seems nicer. I mean, we can have a bloom, but it can't be the bloom that we got. I also don't like this vignette. It makes it feel dirty or like I'm in a hallway. Let's see. Right here. I turn the bloom back on. God damn it. I'm so annoyed by that. Why does Visual Studio not allow me to put a 1 there and hit enter and it say true? I have to write the word true out because otherwise it's too confusing for it.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So that's the bloomed version. Don't have a good way to toggle this unless I actually set up a toggle. And then if I turn it off, I have to type in false because, God forbid I use a number. Wait, what happened? What happened here? How did bloom? Oh, the bloom still has data in it. So it's using that same bloom that's just following me around. That's funny. Oh no. I'm kind of surprised. I guess it's because Who's pulling in the bloom extract target? Somebody must be pulling it in. It's weird. I wonder how that's happening. Man, I don't understand how that's happening. I mean, it must be in the main render target somehow. It draws this to this back to this target. So that should be the main scene. I'm not sure how that's happening. Yeah. Can't edit and continue this if you have unmanaged debugging enabled. That's annoying. Still super confused why that bloom was doing that. Let's bloom off. Sorry, my full screen. Yeah, I'll see about it. Satchman Sing. Is that like Scatman Crothers? That's probably way too old for most of you people. All right. There's the bloom. I turn it off. It's still on. Is someone like grabbing this and doing something with it after the fact? Eh. Oh, well, there it is. This is combined. It pulls in the bloom texture, and that's what it's doing. That duh, that makes sense. I thought it was rendering it back to the target, and it was rendering it back to the other target. I guess it's not. This combine is what does it. See what that does. Probably doesn't like that. No, it doesn't. What's the easy way to do that? Guess I just need to bring down the bloom intensity. That's all I need to do. That'll fix it. All right. How old even are you? How old even are me? I guess I am, as of today, 53. Yep, 53. Okay. Now, how there aren't simple things here, like why I can't like double click on that, or if they got rid of this piece of shit Copilot icon that looks like a frog to me. something simple that makes it work. Like I could make Visual Studio so much better. Okay, so now it's on with a very annoying bloom. Hey, look at that. I'm just going to do a real quick hack here, or I'm going to add in a way to toggle this just for my own purposes so I can test this a little bit more. I beat you with a thin enough margin. All right, that's a plus, I guess. I mean, I'm not one to really care too much about my age. Where's our input done here? Input state. Okay, let's do that. This is a B for blue. Sounds easy enough, right? Yeah, but I've heard bad stuff about VS Code too. Like it's, you know, I mean, making a good ID is hard. I get it. Why isn't that working? No. It's dev mode not enabled. Should be. Oh, you have to hold down left control first. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, look at that. So now we can see this. So you see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess that's a look, but it's just weird. It seems more attractive without the bloom. So I want to kind of fix this bloom because I want a bloom that blooms, but not that does whatever this is. It's adding a weird tint to everything that just seems off to me. Just don't like the look of it. So that MonoGame logo is bothering me a lot too. I'm going to fix lots of things today. If I can stay focused, but we'll see. That's fine. Ooh, look at that. That white pixely junk. Don't like that at all. Let's see if I can improve that. I mean, I'm going to use paint.net, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Actually gotten fairly good at using paint.net to work around issues and shit. So maybe I can do that here too. So I think I'm just going to use this and increase my tolerance until I can get away with. I want to do it continuous or global. Sorry. I'll make sure it is alias quality. Let's see if I can make this work. It might just be too much. Yeah. It's very annoying. It's kind of a gross artifact. Might work better if I Let's fill the background with a color similar to this. That might help. All right. That gets us closer to cleaning this up, I think. Sort of, kind of. So it's got a different color there for that. It's kind of weird. Let me flatten it. Okay, that got that. Oof, I don't want that. I think that helped. Got rid of some of the worst artifacts, I think, there. Oof, that didn't work very well. At least not around there. Even here, it didn't really work very well. Damn it, I'm gonna have to redo this logo. That might be the only way to really clean it up. I don't want to hand paint all this shit. I don't know where this logo came from. It's very annoying. I might just pass it to my artist over here and see if he can fix it up. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, I'll pass it to the guy on our art team here, see if he can clean this up better in Photoshop. He might have a better chance at doing it than I am here. Ooh, that's new and fancy. Never seen that before. I dig that. Looks kind of cool. Like, just deleting stuff like that is just not going to look good. I just need to rebuild the image, basically. That's really annoying. Anyways, so yeah, back to the bloom. So the bloom looks like that, and it really screws with the look. Let's see if we can get a better bloom that doesn't turn everything pink. I'm assuming that the bloom is the one to blame here. Let's double check though. There was some code in here.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Guess that's show render targets. Yeah. Oh, no, it's F12, isn't it? Nope, it's not that either. Okay. Okay. Where did I get there? Oh, it doesn't work outside of the HUD. That's kind of interesting. So I gotta start a game for it to work. Well, that flag doesn't work outside the HUD. Whatever, it's working now. So that's one reason it's purple, is because it's clearing it to purple, or it's not being cleared. That'll kind of do it, huh? I mean, I don't think it's a Vulkan issue. That's just an issue with this. That's kind of interesting, though. Let's go look at how that post processor works. I mean, that's the reason. It looks like shit because of that. And I'll say it, yeah, it does look like shit. That's my opinion, but, you know. Bloom stack target begin is doing a alpha blending into this target. I guess it's because it wants to reuse the results from the previous frame. So if I did that, I need to just fix this. Where is it? It's under here. Nope, not you. I need to do this. Get this out of the native. It'll allow me to edit and continue. It's like if you do edit and continue, if you do native debugging, it doesn't allow you to edit and continue. Or whatever it's called now, hot reload. Hey, look. Now it glows without it being purple. That said, that glow is not, doesn't have any trail to it, which I don't know if Bloom necessarily needs to have a trail. But this already looks a million times better and I didn't have to do anything. I might just do this and call it a victory. I still think the bloom is not the greatest, but it's an acceptable bloom now that it's not turning the screen purple. That vignette with, you know, with the darkening of the corners, I get what they're trying to do there. I'd be really good at this. I missed two. I'm working with the keyboard. I don't know why I'm doing that. I have a game controller in front of me. No! Oh no! There's no rewind. I wanted to rewind. I was working on one of our games that has rewind in it, and I've gotten used to it, so I keep wanting to do stuff that makes it rewind. It won't. Oh no. I don't need all the coins. This is how you get in trouble. Needing all the coins. I get to the end. I haven't played all the way through this in a while. Oh no! How am I supposed to make that jump? Key is not to panic. Probably didn't have the camera perfectly forward or something for making that jump. I don't think you can make that jump. I'm saying you can't make it. Or is it like a... I think I see what the problem is. If you hold it, it's like these short jumps, but if you do a fast double jump, you know what it needs? It needs a tutorial. Yeah, that's the idea, is I have to do a fast double jump. Just... Yay. All right. I think that was the end of those levels. Oh, no, there's this thing. The dark level. I don't mind having a dark level. I just don't want them all to have gray skies. Fancier path on this thing. I should probably change the verticality of that so it's a little bit below the other one. Okay, it's a weird little level. Ooh, long text. Yeah, this is going to be better, but, you know, this is not too bad. I have no idea if you can get those coins. Maybe you can. I think Dean made that level, so you'll have to ask him what his thoughts were of that. So there must be a level for the main menu. I'm definitely going to fix that one. You know, the other dirtiness that happens here, because that sky blue should be brighter, I think, than this, is the vignette. Let's go take a look at the vignette. Radius center smoothness. That's what's darkening it. Trying to understand how that works. See what happens if I do that. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know why that didn't let it go. It should have continued. So no vignette looks nicer. Vignette seems to be darkening everything in a weird way. Again, there's probably something weird going on with it. I bet you it's doing some weird effect. No, shit. It just renders the vignette. It's drawing itself over the top with this blackening, which is kind of weird. I wouldn't know if I do vignettes like that. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Let's just do the same thing up here. So I'm going to leave these on now that I have a toggle. Put them both under a toggle. I might as well commit them like this, right? If we definitely still need to render this because that's what draws the main scene into the thing. That's why we still have it running. But this one I think we can skip altogether because all it's doing is rendering some dirty shit on top of it. I mean, this could actually be fixed to do vignetting and blooming at the same time, which would probably be better. All right. better. There's the vignette on and off. See how much darkening, even the center, it's darkening the entire screen. And I don't think you want to do that with vignette. You want to darken the edges, but it should not be darkening the center. Yeah, I think it is darkening the center, right? Seems like it is. Oh, well, let me do an image compare. Oh, picture compare. Oh, damn it. It'd be so sweet if this let me paste in an image. I'd have to actually like... Oh, Control V. Vignettes, Control V. Perfect. Annoying. See, I'll just do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn this guy on. I'm going to capture another image. Put on another layer. Paste that guy in there. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Keep trying to copy it. Copy it's not how that works, dummy. Let's look at that. Versus that. And that. Wait, what did it do? I'm checking the wrong layer.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I don't think, maybe it didn't change everything. 255, 253, 96. No, it did change it. Yeah, it definitely affected it. And it's 255, 255, 255 with the bloom, or with the vignette on. Wait, no, that was the other one. Okay, maybe I did it wrong. Must be just a pixel there that's off a little bit. Okay, maybe it's not affecting the whole scene. It just has the radius is very, close on it, making it feel so, I don't know, claustrophobic, I guess. I'm gonna just tweak the defaults to make it a little fun, more fun. It just looks so dim. I'm not gonna be able to change any of these values, am I? Why is this giving me this hard time? Unmanaged debugging is enabled. I'm pretty sure I disabled unmanaged debugging. Nope, wrong thing again. It's not. I don't know what the mixed mode or unmanaged debugging means in this case. I mean, that makes it better. Changing that radius at least moves it out a little further. So it's still there, but it's not as overwhelmingly so freaking annoying. It'd be so easy to edit if this thing wasn't doing that. Okay. Okay, that the center is the center of the screen. Smoothness. Let's see if I go to a lower smoothness, what it does. My guess is that it'll get very dark on the corners and smaller in the center. Seems like it did. It's getting to be pretty annoying. More tolerable, I guess. Definitely more tolerable. Somebody want to make us a new music track? If you guys have not heard the music track that's in here, I made it. Actually, where is it? It's this thing. And what I made it with is this. I made it with this thing. Beatbox. I have the URL for it somewhere. Have to find it again. This is a little sampler here online, but I made it with this. Somebody makes a better music track than the one that I have in here, we could consider adding it. But whatever you make, it's, you know, you've signed over the rights to the MonoGame team to include it in the project. So that's the whole point. All right. So I feel better about the visuals now. They don't look as horrifying. Let's fix a couple of other things. One thing you might have noticed is when it changes scenes here for a split second, you see the lighting move. No, maybe not this time. Oh, it's because it had the default light. I see what it is. That main menu is its own scene, I think. I want to fix the freaking light there. Cthulhu Lover Tommy, is the Ascent code available? Yeah, it's available to patrons on the people that are sponsors of the project. If you are, you should have access to that. If you're not, talk to me later and we can figure something out. But yeah, really just loading any just load the same large texture in a loop. All you need is like a couple 1024s or one 1024 and just load it 100 times, right? That's all you need to really do. I think most of the textures in the Ascent demo are like 2048s, I think. I mean, it could just be a pure white 2048 compressed with DXT compression, load the same texture over and over and over again. That's simple enough to make it work. Just get the content manager, load it, then reload the content manager, load the next one, reload the content manager, and load the next one. That's all you need to do. You'll see it on the sample repo. That's interesting. Should be there. It could be something that got broken when we move things, because we did move things. We've been reworking kind of the I can't show you that because that's secret for next week. Where is it? Yeah, it should be under there. Yeah, it's in there. I mean, I don't know what the status of it is. I think I haven't pushed up some of the content. I had a project to work. Oh God, what is this junk? Oh, it's a description of all the classes. Like that could have been in the code. Does it need to be in this thing? Anyways, so yeah, it's in there. That's strange. Anyways, what I wanted to do, I wanted to look at the game over loading. There we go, loading level. That one for sure should have a bright, well, menu has that dark sky. Let's fix the menu to have a nice sky. And I'd rather do loading as well, like that. Game over can do something different, maybe. I want to see what this issue was here. Might also change that sky a little bit because it is kind of, I guess it's again the vignette that's darkening it, muddying it in a way that makes it look kind of shitty. When I hit enter here, I'm going to see like a light change for a second. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's probably because of what's in level 1 versus level 2, or main menu versus level 2, or level 1, sorry. It's probably because of this. I'm not going to change it, but I'm going to at least move it up here so I can compare them. I think the position on that doesn't matter. It's the angle. Colors are the same and everything. So like an ambient or something. It's got to just be the position. Let's try that. Really should fix that startup crash or that shutdown crash. Still does it. That's got to be a light movement of some sort. Zero references. That's interesting. I kill this if it's not actually being used. Or is it being used by reflection? I wonder if that's where that comes from. I don't like leaving stuff in there that's hanging around and not in use. Yeah, it bothers the shit out of me. It only happens that first time. I really want to spend time looking at that leak. That's the before. See if I can do this quickly. Shit, captured my whole desktop. Very annoying.
Frankly, my dear, I don't.
Looks like the light kind of goes to the side for a moment. Okay, that must be a light direction change. Let's see where the actual light direction comes from. Okay, it has a default light direction. It's set there. And this one, which is probably it loading the scene. I know there's this. This code also does a light direction. It should load one more time here. It does not. Bet you when I start the game, there's a light direction set coming from loading the level. Interestingly enough, it does it before it actually loads the scene. Before it loads the scene, it does a light direction. I bet you there's a load. Yeah, I bet you that's what's happening. What's the name of that thing? Menu JSON. Okay, that'll fix it. I think. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that window. I moved it. I moved it over here. Yep. Now it's going to do this. So now at least it's consistent. As consistent it's going to be. That said, I think this thing does the wrong thing here. Like it looks like it loads the scene, then fades out this current scene. It probably should fade out the current scene, load the scene, then do the next one. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Main scene is like gameplay. Let's just move that. So it doesn't load the new level until it fades out the previous one. I think that'll work. That'll keep it from like having a light transition before it needs to. Assuming it works at all. Yeah, that's much better. Because now I can do, if I come in here and grab this main menu level, and I don't know if, I guess there's probably, I don't know if these scenes are set up for, I guess, Dean's not around, but I wonder if these scenes are set up if he has like a Blender file for these scenes somewhere that he then exports, or can he import these JSON files? Hopefully he can import as well, because that'll make it nicer. Anyways, I come in here and change the color to something weird. See that it actually loads that first of all. Just so we can see that it doesn't, the color of the main menu does not change the second it loads the, yeah, so I did that. So it's blood red with a blue sky. I'm gonna start game, it's gonna fade out, and it transitions and we didn't get like a weird pop or anything strange. Which that totally inspires me to make a blood red sky for that black scene instead. We'll see about that. That's got to be. Is it level 5 that had that? Yeah, let's do that. It seems like more fun. I don't have like a jump straight to a level code, huh? Do we? What's a good dark red color? MariaPaint.net. It seems like a good sky color. Let's try that. Sounds like fun. And I just need it to load the right level. Gotta undo this guy. Didn't intend for that to stay that way, so. We'll find the code that calls that real quick and fix that. Hey, look at that. It's kind of fun. The loading scene should probably inherit the lighting of the scene that you were in. Probably what it should do, huh? Let's see. I guess it doesn't really load, it just opens that scene. Reloads that scene. He got this one right. It's the other one he didn't get right. Okay, let's fix some things here. We'll do it consistently. I wonder if that does what we expect it to. We'll see. This is reset timer and transition, delta scale, reload the level. Okay. I want to see is let's see who makes this thing active. Trying to figure out where this thing decides to change. Oh, it sets itself up, I guess. As it changes its color at this point. I guess I need to find where it's going to transition to loading scene. Sorry. I totally lost chat. Streambo, goodbye, Streambo. Okay, there we go. That'd be too easy. So when you die, it'll pick up the current sky color and apply it to the sky of the loading screen where it transitions to the next one. It fades out the vignette when it does that too. That's kind of weird.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix this next. I get a pretty good squish in this guy when I wrote this originally. Feels like it's been like at least a year since we wrote this code. I need to go back and look at that. Oh, sorry about that. I had something come up real quick. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's not cool. I don't like that at all. Why is it set up to do that? Actually resize the graphics. Just see what it's doing here. I think it's not resizing based on the window size. It's either that or it's not handling the. I guess that's what it's doing. It's just not handling the. It assumes the viewport bound's the same thing as that. It should be rescaling based on the client size, applying a new render target. But that should be automatic, shouldn't it? Maybe I'm crazy. I thought that was something that was automatic. I'm going to verify that the loading screen is absorbing the transition color correctly. Nope, it's using its own screen color. It's not actually doing it right. Hi, Hoot, thank you. Come on, thing. What happened? That's weird. I guess this is not actually doing anything. It's the wrong thing. Well, let's see. Should have that think that this would pick the right thing here. It's not. Oh, it's not sky color, it's light color. Duh. I mean, I probably need both, but yeah. That seems nicer. It's stupid that I was convoluting those two things as the same thing for no reason. All right. So now if I load that other level, nothing. Force the level here again. And after this, I'm going to go to the jump code because I need to get that done. This is level 5. And so we have this color, and if I jump, the loading screen should be the same now. Oh, faded out to a transitionary screen of a different color. What is up with that? Oh, because wait, what? What is that in between color? The fade out goes to that in between color? That's kind of weird. Oh, well, that's where it's coming from. He's trying to fade to a certain thing. That's where it comes from. Maybe it should just fade to black. That's more interesting than fading to an in-between weird color. It is a fade. Let's do something weird, I think. Let's see what it does. A question. Speed up that transition just a little bit. Does anybody actually set that transition duration? Yeah, it's just a little floating thing that's there. Let's fix that. Because that transition just feels a little slow to me. Hi, thank you. Do you think native AOT, hang on. Question asked, do you think native AOT is the future for deploying MonoGame projects consoles? I mean, yeah, think so. There's some consoles that can't use it at the moment for reasons, but eventually I think that's the case. That seems like a good number. But eventually I do think that's the case. So I expect that that's what everything's going to be using. And that's fine. I see some bad banding on that vignette, or that fade out. Oh. All right. So that's better. What is my OS? Windows. Older Windows. Windows 10. Not even on Windows 11, right? Yeah. I think that's what I'm on. Yep. Yep. Windows 10. I haven't moved. I'll move eventually. I have to. I have 11 on my laptop, but I find it annoying sometimes. All right, so let's look at the jump code real quick. Jump pad. All right, so there's our collision. So whatever it's doing right now, it's going to keep bouncing. So interesting. Right there, it happens, but not here. Okay, that's why. So it's saying player is not grounded at the moment. So that's the reason. It doesn't think it's on the ground. It thinks it's in the air or something. I assume that's just a flag here. The question is why is the player not grounded? Okay. Is jumping false? Grounded true. Something must be setting it to not grounded after this. Pre-collision. Grounded false. Okay, so this collision occurs in, it looks like it's an order thing. This order code is kind of crazy. Player's not dead updated. So, but then it calls pre-collision. Then it does the updates on all these guys. Then check collision player, which is the thing that does this, but it's called pre-collision. So player hasn't done its work yet. So the question is why is this pre-collision setting grounding to false? Okay, I'm dubious of this. I probably wrote that code, who knows? Not sure why that's in there. Let's find out. I guess it's... I'm not sure why. We'll find out here, though. I think when it does the player's actual collision... Either it needs to do that or it needs to do the jump code at a different time. Is it doing the, I thought it was in here somewhere. It's been a little while since I looked at this code. There it is. Oh, check collision does it. The reason is that it's like trying to do it before it does all that, or before it does the we'll set it once at the top, saying, okay, we're not grounded. Let's see if we're grounded the next frame. It's trying to do that, but when it does it, yeah. Maybe. Basically, it needs to know that it was grounded the previous frame, basically. I don't know. Let's just see what happens under this. I think this is going to screw it up. It'll never fall, I think, with this code off. Maybe I'm wrong. Seems like it's doing something a little weird. I think it's walking in the air. Yeah, it's moving in the air because it's like, oh, not grounded. What was that? Well, that's not good either. It's like jumping forever. It's like, jump, just keep jumping, keep jumping. It's giving it a force. I think how I combated this before was, what's weird is this is not causing it to jump. I think the easy thing to do is that'll solve that. And then this guy needs to check was grounded. And that'll fix part of the problem, but the next problem is going to be that this thing continuously does it. Well, maybe this will fix also the fact that it wasn't bouncing, which will fix that problem as well. Yeah, that should fix that too, maybe. If not, I mean, the jump pad could have like a delay to keep it from doing that. Often you'll just keep it from doing it by, so now I'm not running in midair like it was before. Okay, it's doing that still. I'm not sure why it's doing this. Like you would think, it's going to get a force, and then I guess this might be an order thing. This is the beginning of the scene. Okay, the scene begins. It gets this, the player ticks first. And then it says, okay, I'm going to apply a force. Then it ticks the next scene. And by the time it gets here, velocity has already been reset. The physics force has already been reset. Hang on a second. And force as it to physics force. Right. Watch physics force. It's already been reset. Gets here and clears out our force. Well, that was already cleared. Okay, that's the one that does it. Okay, so this is getting first its update. And then it does entity check collision, which is what's doing. This is where the jump pad works, right? Yeah. And then it's saying, okay, now player check your collision. It's saying that I'm getting a penetration. Basically, we need to disable it for a little bit. I'm not sure. Sure, that seems fine. I just really wish I could edit and continue. Because that makes this shit so much easier. Not as good as it used to be, but it does what we want it to do. The question is, what did I break in the process? Let me test the moving platforms. That's another thing, but I don't think it uses physics forces. I think that didn't transition right. Oh no. Second time it transitioned right. Missed. Yeah, I didn't think this required that.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Oh no. Let's I'll have to do some more testing on it to make sure I didn't break the physics somehow. This physics force, I think, is like until it dissipates, but I think that if we're moving upwards with the physics force, that shouldn't matter, I think. I don't know. This might cause bad side effects. Just give a little bit of context as why I'm doing this. That feels better already with that back in there. I thought it was weird that it was just hitting all the times because it was just zeroing it out, so it just kept hitting while it was standing on it. So this is definitely better. Let's look at one more thing. I want to look at that camera movement. And then I think we're not in bad shape. These are some good improvements we can add in. Step there really bothers me because it used to not do that. It used to just like bounce continuously. I think it's because it now uses the was grounded. I did this one. Oh, that was weird. Oh, it's not landing. It's because it still has a physics force. Yep. Yep, that's the physics force thing. I think that is safe, if I remember correctly. I always forget if that thing is... I think that's what I want to do here. I think. Fuck. Hello. True. I guess they're kind of pointing in the same direction. They're not actually moving away. I mean, they're not pointing in the same direction, I guess. dubious about that. I don't think this is a tolerance thing. This is a logic thing, most likely. Over time. Now, if it's contacting the other one, if it's contacting the opposite object, but I mean, it has a contact, but it's got a physics velocity like that, you should still do a contact. That's the trick here. Could just be that the order of this is just bad. That it should be doing the should be doing all the contact. It should be updating the player, updating everything else to do contacts, then coming back and doing any forces after the fact, instead of trying to do it all at the same time. Because if you think about it logically, if I'm just doing individual things and I'm doing contacts with certain things, yeah, it just can't do that intermingled the way that it is. It's just making it harder. Like entity check collision here is a thing that, what is that the one that does it? Yeah, I'm trying to check collision with everything else against the player, and then try to do the things at the same time. It's almost like it really just needs to check the player against all the entities, and then check the entities against the player, instead of trying to do it both at the same time. Yeah, that's probably the right answer here. Let's try real quick. It shouldn't take too much to refactor that. I mean, it's always this chicken or the egg thing, you know, like who moves first, or, you know, all this junk. Okay, so updates the player, does pre-collision. Then I'm going to first, I need to, what's the best way to do this? And that was always dubious, right? Yeah. I mean, could do that first, maybe. This could have side effects, so we'll find out. Player's not broken. Yeah, it's a better bounce too. Yeah, I think that what really broke things was when we moved the player to be updated first, which I don't remember why we did that. Also means we don't need the was grounded thing anymore. Oh no! Oh. I always do that, trying to do the camera backwards, and that's always stupid. That is always bad. Ooh, that camera almost got me. Okay, that fixes that. I don't know if it's the best answer, but it is the answer. I'm going to go a little bit longer here, even though it's probably dumb for me to do so. So I got other stuff I got to do today, but kind of playing hooky a little bit, I guess. But I have stuff I got to get done. Okay, so what we did is we changed this order. So that's dubious, right? Whether we should do that or not. I'm not sure where dust sparkles are updating before the scene. It probably doesn't need to do that. It's just by chance. It's also possible that this could be dead here. Why do we do this like this? I guess just to avoid I guess we're trying not to remove things from the queue at the I'm not sure where we take this extra time to do it this way. I guess to make it easier to do the iteration, that's really just the only reason. There's not any reason to make it more complicated. I have temp lists, and does this get used for anything else? Just used for this. Yeah, seems bad. Do the simple trick. The player collision kills something, it should also be able to remove it. And update the world collision, which I don't think this will kill anything, but you know, it might eventually, so might as well just do the same trick. Yep, we're going over the list multiple times. There's probably a much cleaner way to organize this. I think this is better overall. Before we had the list, it was all just one pass. Making multiple passes is not a bad thing. That's sometimes what happens in these things. Oh. So make sure things die correctly. In particular, the coins. Back to our nice bounce we had previously. I'm going to double check moving platform. So I need to actually make this jump this time. God damn it. That camera should probably not pause when it's at that end sequence. It should probably keep tracking instead of pausing. I'm surprised we're not squishing the player. We made that video about squishing and we removed the feature. I think I might alter one of these levels to be squishy. Oh no, I looked down. So that's definitely better. Let's look at one more thing before we call it. Fuck, I kept doing that. All right, so what I wanted to look at was this. Okay, so it takes the movement along that vector. And right now that vector is there. So right, forward, which that's pointing 99 down, right? The problem is the forward vector is taking that, which that is based on what? The camera, right? There it is. So it takes the camera forward direction and takes that, and says that's the player forward vector. We can't just take that for granted. That's not really the best forward vector. I mean, this could be smarter about giving it a forward vector. By the way, the new Steam controller is sick, is it? I don't know if that's true. I've never been a big fan of Steam controllers. All right. 8 more minutes. So I think this is problematic. Like, this is the thing that's causing the problems down in the player code. Is the scene saying, "Oh, your forward vector is the camera forward direction," which is looking straight down. It shouldn't be. So this needs to be better. So if we think about this, it's looking straight down, but the camera still has an up, so it needs to pick a better forward vector here. Okay, so if 3.forward, and this is going to be a pain in the ass to fix without hitting continue. If dot the forward and the we can't really look all the way down. We can only, yeah. I think this is when we need to change our forward vector. Let's double check that I got my math here right first. I mean, I guess, do I need to even? Maybe I don't even need to bother with that. Oh, that definitely didn't work. Had it backwards. So here it's doing it. Yeah. So it probably needs to be the other vector, right? Well, maybe not. Okay, it needs to be where the dot between these things is that right? I mean, do I even need to really do that though? I mean, I'm using this to decide what the forward vector is, right? But in this case, I want to use the cameras up vector. So I think I want to use the vector that is most closely, whichever one is closer to being, whichever one is closer to not being vertical, I guess, right? Yeah. Taking that. I'll take a. I'm gonna try this. This might be totally wrong. I might have my math backwards here, but maybe I'm right. We'll see. No, mess it up one way or another. Come on. I want to do like whichever one is greater, right? Yeah. Go away, Copilot bullshit. I think this is what I want to do. We'll see. We'll clean this up in a little bit. It's probably a better way to do this, but whatever. Didn't seem to fix shit, did it? Oh, testing the wrong thing.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I mean, of course, they're never going to be greater. they're vectors and they're dotted with that. It's never going to work. That's stupid. That's never going to work. Now, I need to dot them against themselves or against the same thing, but I don't need to get the greater of the two. I guess you get to get the one that's closer to being world up, or I guess the one that's closer to being that isn't facing the opposite of world up is what I need. So yeah, let's try this again. I think it's going to be as simple as that. If it's facing the other direction, then it's going to be, maybe that's wrong. Level complete. I found the level complete cheat. Just look down and there you go. Level complete cheat. See how I made that? Super easy. Oh, that's not even the right angle. I see the issue. Okay. Hang on a second. That's what that is. That's the forward direction of that targeted position. I need to get the right and the actual. That's what part of the problem is too. I'm going to run into that same gimbal issue here. Am I? Figure that I look straight down. Yeah. Man, extra long stream today. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that's starry or not, but hey, look, now we're getting somewhere. It's just the wrong direction now. Probably because this is wrong. Let's see, view matrix up is that. I probably want view matrix. It might be forward. No, that is forward. I want that. Right seems weird, but I'll take it, I guess. That should fix it, I think. Or it might be right, needs to be flipped around. No. Also the wrong thing. I think I might need to actually, I guess up was the right thing. No, it can't be that, can it? Could be. No, Claude, was it just a bad dream? No, I mean, I could ask Claude for stuff like this, but it's not worth it. I'd rather just figure this out. At least for right now. I still have a brain. Okay. Getting closer. But it's not exactly right. Why is it doing that? There's only a couple matrices or vectors here. And up and down are returning that. So I guess it's forward. I guess that makes sense. Because if it's not doing that, if I do this, forward is that. So yeah, I guess it's forward. Maybe I should have been using that the entire time. The last sane person? I don't know about that. One of these days I'm going to do a 24-hour stream. Hey, look at that. Much better. Oh no, but that's not good. Only works at certain angles. Oh, I need to pick the right one based on my based on the up vector. No, I need to pick the right. I need to take the forward vector and multiply it by the view transform, I think. Stop. I know it's. Now that can't be right. That can't be right. So close to this, though. Wish I wasn't trapped on this little freaking platform. because that makes it harder. Okay, well, goddamn, 440. I need to call it. But I'll get back to this and figure this thing out. So we almost got there. This is definitely looking better. I just need to fix that, the direction of travel there. When looking down, fix that, and then we'll be good. That's a pretty important piece to fix. You kind of want this platformer code to work well. And yeah, we'll see what else, other little things we can put in there. I wanted to get this guy to blink and stuff, but that is, the stuff on his face is not a texture, it's a mesh, so I can't really do it very easily. But I've been wanting to do that. Oh yeah, we had our platform transparency stuff. Should probably never let it completely fade out. It's there for reasons like being able to like have a platform in your way and be able to still see is why it's there. This is a stylistic choice to decide to whether to let it fade out completely or not. All right. Hey, Simon. Just the camera down stuff, making this move right. But I gotta call it. It's enough. It's enough for today. As much as I would like to keep going on it, I have other things I gotta get done for today. I have some bills waiting for me. All right, so what did we learn? If I can get my stupid... Oh no, I'm not trying to do that. All right, so we got some fixes for platform work, cleaned up some code there, figured out why the vignette looked shitty, or not the vignette, specifically the bloom looked shitty, so that's fixed. Adjust the vignette a little bit to be a little bit less dark as it was, which I think is helping. Fixed a little bit of the transitions where I'm removing those gray skies because they're just too much, but I'm going to leave some colored skies in some of the other levels. If we want to make one of them a gray sky, that's fine, but all of them being gray seems bad. And then I fixed the bounce to continuously bounce like it used to, which is I think I broke that when I moved the player code outside of that loop, or outside of the main loop. And I guess last is going to be fixing this up vector thing, which I need to do as well. But I want to get that all fixed up before I release this. So just a little bit more polish. And then after that, I'm going to try to fix this piece of art because it sucks that this thing is has this little artifacts on it. I'm going to see if I can get that fixed too. All right. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. As always, follow us on Twitch and YouTube. We're always looking to expand our viewership. Twitch is still hanging in there at a low number and kind of stalled out on YouTube, but we're always trying to expand that. And I think the way we're going to do that is by diving further into these starter kits. We're going to do more of them, and we're going to get Ascent moving faster. And I think that's going to help a lot as well. And also, we're always looking for donations. I know the times are tough right now, so we get it. But if you have some time, it's always worth jumping into our GitHub, looking at the reported issues, reporting issues of your own if you're using MonoGame, and trying to, and even if you can, jump in there, and if you see an issue reported and you know the fix or have an idea of the fix or curious about figuring out what the problem is, go for it. We always enjoy having people submit pull requests with fixes to the engine, as long as, or the framework, as long as, you're not just making it with AI, because we don't accept that stuff. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.